Welcome everyone to NXT, and tonight what an episode we have in store for you. The NXT Championship is on the line. The first time we've seen Lars Sullivan since he won the NXT Championship. He is going to be taking on Aleister Black in our main event for the big belt here in NXT. But first, let's have a look at some other matches. The War Raiders are going to go against the Colons. Interesting, we haven't seen much of the Colons in NXT. Pete Dunne is going to take on EC3. EC3 could really do with a win. Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. They renew their rivalry one-on-one. Gargano and Velveteen Dream. What a matchup that could be. And tonight, 2-on-2 action for the Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole take on Heavy Machinery in our main event we've already discussed. So let's take a look at some results then. The War Raiders pick up a win over the Clones. Pete Dunne picks up a win over EC3. EC3 really on a downward spiral. Mia Yim picks up a win over Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler and Mrs. Reese continue. Gargano picks up a win over Velveteen Dream. And the Heavy Machinery pick up a win over Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly, of course, our North American champion. And now it's time for the main event. Well, ladies and gents, what a match this is going to be. Two superstars who have everything they need to be fine NXT champions. Of course, Sullivan holds the belt, but Aleister Black is certainly quite the performer. And yeah, he would make a great NXT champion, but it's going to be a tough task to take down the freak that is Lars Sullivan. Like we said already, a first time that we've seen Lars Sullivan in NXT since he won the belt, and Beth Phoenix giving him the toughest task possible against this man, Aleister Black. We haven't seen too much of Black over the past few weeks. He has been having a few matches, just been getting on with his business, but Beth Phoenix feels he's the man probably best placed at the moment to take on Lars Sullivan. You know, potentially I may have said Pete Dunne. He's been doing really well, but he did lose to Kyle O'Reilly last week, so if he can't beat the North American champion, then probably not quite up to the standards of the NXT Championship. So Aleister Black then, the next best man, or well, not next best, the best. That devastating black mask. Be interesting to see if he's able to actually hit that, given the height difference between himself and Lars Sullivan. But his strong striking ability is what makes so many people love Aleister Black. But is he going to be able to take down the freak? And I don't envy any man that has to see this. The NXT champion, Lars Sullivan. They've probably had to get a special belt made just so it fits around his waist. But he is scary. I certainly wouldn't want to mess with him. And I'm probably sure that not many people backstage do as well. Just stay clear of this man. Just let him do what he wants. But someone's got to take him down. And if it's going to be anyone, you'd put your money on Aleister Black. But yeah, this guy, we've already said, he's a freak. Superb power on display from this man. Not the most athletic because of his size, but he doesn't need it. He will just beat you down until you have nothing left to give. As you just see that figure in the moonlight. It's not moonlight, is it? It's just lighting. We're not outside. Come on, man. Get yourself together. But that is what we're here for. That belt right there on screen. The NXT Championship. As Jujo? Don't know who that is. Jojo will do her introductions, probably without moving her mouth again. What a talent. But let's listen in. Black means business, we can see that for sure.
Introducing the champion from the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 303 pounds, he is the NXT champion, Lars Sullivan.
Look at that, look at those eyes, look at that stare. He is supremely confident Lars Sullivan. And why wouldn't he be? Look at the size of him, the size of his legs. Those tree trunk legs. Yeah. Actually, there's not as much of a size difference between Black and Lars Sullivan as I thought there might be. But nevertheless, it looks like both competitors are ready to get underway. And we do so. The referee rings the bell. Both competitors quite slow to come out of the corner, but Aleister Black starts with a kick right to the side of the head, unfazed by Lars Sullivan. We'll wait and see how this one pans out. Of course, some big results in our other matches tonight. War Raiders continued on their winning streak, picking up a win over the Colognes. Colognes, someone we haven't seen too much of course, didn't win a main roster contract, so they've been given the chance here in NXT to just scrub up on their skills a little bit, maybe help out some of the younger guys and see if they can earn their way back to the main roster. As well, Pete Dunne picks up a win over EC3. Pete Dunne, we know how good he is certainly an NXT champion of the future. EC3 with another loss. He has not done well since he's come in. He might have lost every match that he's been in. He claims to be in the top 1%. At the moment, he's only in the bottom 1%. I know, terrible dad joke, I know, but it's certainly true. He needs to pick up his game. We also saw Mia Yim pick up a win over Shayna Baszler. These two women, well, obviously Kairi Sane the best in the women's division, but those two women certainly just below her in the pecking order. And again, another match between those two. Lars Sullivan just bounces Aleister Black's face off the apron. Referee at the count of 7, and they managed to get back in the ring. But yeah, Shayna Baszler, of course, losing the last women's standing match last week. Another loss to Mia Yim. She's going to slide further and further down the pecking order for a title opportunity. Who will be next in the women's division? We've seen Mia Yim have a chance. Baszler's had a couple of chances. We'll have to wait and see. Johnny Gargano as well, picking up a win over Velveteen Dream tonight. Two superb young superstars. Gargano, his stock's only rising again and again and again, week after week. So he could feel that, you know, he may be, whatever the outcome of this match, he could soon be in contention for an NXT title opportunity. And then probably the biggest surprise result of tonight, Heavy Machinery picking up a win over the Undisputed Era, of course, not the tag team champs, the other two members of the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Two of the better superstars we have here in NXT. But Heavy Machinery managing to get the job done. And what will that do for their careers? You know, will one of them go on to take on the North American champion Kyle O'Reilly? Does that raise their stocks in the tag division? I seem to be saying a lot of raising stocks a lot in the last few episodes. I'm not a stock market guy, don't worry. It's just when I get a thing in my mind, it sort of stays there for a while. But a lovely running knee there by Aleister Black. It's been a fairly even contest so far. Black certainly seems to have the upper hand at the moment. We'll see. Will he be able to get the job done? It will be a superb victory for Aleister Black to knock off the likes of Lars Sullivan. As Lars Sullivan just gets to his feet, and now Aleister Black with the strikes, just kicking away at the legs of Lars Sullivan, and now stomp using the ropes as a bit of an aid. It goes for the cover. Sullivan's boot awfully close to the ropes. The referee doesn't see it, but only a count of 1. Aleister Black going to have to do a lot more than that if he wants to take down the NXT champion. And my word, what a takedown that is. Lars Sullivan responding, angered by just Aleister Black's confidence. A big boot there to the stomach. Sullivan, this is not where either man wants to be right now. Probably Sullivan diving headbutt off the top. All that weight coming down on the chest of Aleister Black. Sullivan goes for the cover. Is that going to be all? Black manages to get the shoulder up after 2. A man of that size should not fly off the top rope as comfortably as Lars Sullivan does. I bet Aleister Black was quaking in his pants. Nice cutter there. Goes to the pin straight away. Lars Sullivan manages to kick out at 1. Aleister Black now with a kick to the back. Here we go. Could we see it? Aleister Black setting up. Here we go. Black Mass hits it cleanly, goes for the pin. Hang on. That's Johnny Gargano. What is Johnny Gargano doing? Interrupting this match. Aleister Black just distracted as Sullivan gets to his feet. Gargano on the edge. Sullivan, he goes for the roll-up. Can he pick up the sneak victory? The referee counts. Oh, and Aleister Black just manages to kick out a 2.5, but Johnny Gargano, what is he doing out here? He now gets in the ring, decides better. No, just walks through the ring as you do. Fair enough. Lars Sullivan, oh, with the beatdown of Black. The way his head landed on the apron actually bust him open. But Johnny Gargano, well, we said that Gargano might fancy himself an NXT title shot, but why does he need to get involved? As now Sullivan, freak accident. And I think that is going to be all she wrote for Aleister Black. Indeed it is. Sullivan picks up the win. His first title defence is in the books. And why, Johnny? We have to ask. Him and Aleister Black, as far as we know, are friends. So why why Johnny Gargano feels the need to get involved, I have no idea. Many questions will be asked, that's sure. I'm sure Aleister Black will go backstage and find out what the hell Johnny Gargano was thinking. But the interruption came at a crucial time. Just after Aleister Black hit the Black Mass. That could well have been it. Lars Sullivan could have been out. But not to be. The freak accident ending this one. Retains his NXT Championship. And that is it for tonight's episode of NXT, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for more. And I will see you in the next one.